So this section I will cover basics of Python. So in this section we will be focusing mainly on Python programs or Python programming objects which are essential for our course or important from mechanical programs point of view. So basically it has very vast features, but it is not possible to cover each one. So we will take which are very essential for our course. And some parts will be covered during in a particular program, let's say some animation, creating some animation or like that. So we'll start with very basic. So in Jupyter Notebook, formatting is different if you are using Python. Direct Python editor, it will be something different. So Jupyter Notebook consists of input cell and it will have output cell. Let's say here I type 1, so it will be input and here will be the output. So it will show you. And if you something want to exclude or does not want to include in your program, you just add hash and it will be considered as a comment. So let's say this is a comment. So you can include comments in your program. Let's say if your program is very large and you want to know which variable is defined for what, like let's say d is a inner diameter, capital D is outer diameter, such kind of variable if you want to define, and from that above that, let's say you can write command. So let's say d is equal to 1 and here I can write comment. It is a inner diameter, inner diameter. So d will refer as a inner diameter for my reference so that I won't get any confusion. And let's say d, capital D is a 2.5 and it is outer diameter. So this is just for commenting, so that like whenever you share program to someone, so that person would get a idea like what is the use of that variable. And it also looks nice when you add comment, but let it be. So if I want to show the output, let's say I want to show the output of small d, you can just type here d and it will show the output. But in actual Python editor, you don't be seeing such kind of, you have to use print. So print d and you can get in uh, Jupyter Notebook. This is a very good feature, like you don't need to use every time the print function. So this is a simple assigning some variable. So d is a variable and one is the respective value for that variable. So this is a variable application. And if you want to use like multiple text here, let's say dia inner. So directly. So in between two text, don't keep space. Always use underscore. So it won't cause any error. So let me do some number operation. Let's say 1 plus 2. So this is addition. Execute shift enter. So it will show the output. Let's say for subtraction, normal subtraction symbol 2 minus 2, 0. For multiplication, 3 star 3. So this is a multiplication. For division, let's say 5 by 2. So symbol is a forward slash. So 5 by 2. Let's say I want to see the remainder of 5 by 2. So 5 symbol of percentage mod and so it will return 1. So basically this is a reminder. And let's say if you want to add exponent to some number, let's say I will create one number x is equal to let's say 5 and y is equal to let's say zero point 0.5 and I want to get the x 5 raised to zero point 0.5 and let's say z is equal to x raised to y or simply just let's say zero point 0.5 and what is a z. So just you can use uh, power by using two stars or double stars. So if we use single star, it will be just simple multiplication. So for power, you have to use double star or here x raised to y. Okay. There is also another method. Let's say import inside Python there is a math module, so you can import that math module from Python. And let's say, so same here I will use, and z is equal to, let's say, x power, let's say power. So for power there is x, a function called pow, it represents power, and first x comma y, and let's say z. What is the z? So it will be giving me answer. So you can use this function also, pow, that is for power, base number x and power number is y. Okay. And let's say if I want to get a square root of some number, let's say I want to get square root of x directly. So for that, math dot sqrt, that is square root of x, and let's say it will return me like this. Let's say you can add some variable, let's say m is equal to square root of x and print m. So there are different options, but prefer this. It is simple and easy to understand. Here it will get confused, unnecessary confusion. And let's say I will keep it for your reference. Don't worry. Let me copy this to new cell as it is. And let's say if I want to get the output, keep, let's say z. So you can see there are a lot of digits are there. So if I want to get only 3 or 4 digits, how can I do that? So let's say first print, and inside print there is a function called round. So it will round up to certain digits. So first you want to round which output? So I want to round up z and up to, let's say, digits. So you can see it is 2.24. If I want to digit round up to 4 digits, so it will give me output up to 4 digit after decimal space. So this is a way of rounding. So in case you are doing some numerical methods, or you can use there. So this is about the numbers, operation of numbers, and addition, subtraction, multiplication. So let's say some other parts. So first let's start with strings. These are very basic and simplified. So here I will change the type of cell. So cell type as a markdown, and execute it or shift enter, so it will be acting as a title. And if you want to edit, just double click, change the title, again run it. So this is for adding the title, or also you can add some images to next slide also, next cell. So string basically is like a text type. So let's say I will call yes1 is equal to, in double comma, math. So this is one string. And let's say if I want to print it s1, so you can see it is giving me in output is in single inverted comma. So it doesn't matter if you use single inverted comma or double inverted comma. So it is okay if you use double or single. So let me show. And what happens if I use print instead of direct s1, print s1? So it doesn't give me output in any inverted comma. So it is just simple text. And you can format your output little bit, let's say. And let's say here I will add one more variable called, let me copy this to new cell, s1, let's say, and here I will add a t as, let's say, time, that is 30, imagine. And let's say I want to print first I want to print I like to read. And let's say I want to print here I would like to read mathematics, or I can say study mathematics. So instead of typing mathematics here, I can use this curly bracket, and after the completing this string, So I want to place mathematics here. So format S1 here. So now it will give me I like to study math. So I have formatted S1 at this place. So and let's say if I change here to physics, so it will give me I like to study the physics. So it is bit like parameterizing your output. So whenever you change here something here in the S1, it will change according to here. And let's say I want to add time t as well here, and I like to study physics or S1, and I read for, let's say, some minute, and again not mon minute, and here next I will format variable t, and you can see I like to read sub study physics and I read for 30 minutes. If I change something here, let's say 40, so it will take the value of t and it will format in this. So you need to add these curly brackets at a proper position and assigning the proper sequence. So this is about string. We use in some plots whenever there are multiple plots in a one graph, multiple curves are plotted in one graph, we'll see that. Now we'll go for list. What is a list? Let's say cell type, again go to the mark down, then run it. So I will create variable called L1 and list. How can you create list? It is in square bracket. It, let's say numbers 1, 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6. So this is a list, and if I print it, L1 is equal to this is a list. Let's say I want to get a particular number from that list. So that is called as indexing. So let's say I want to print out this number 2, or I want to see this number. So let's say L1 of 1. So it is giving me 2. So you might be thinking the index of 1 is 1. Here there are 6 numbers. When I am typing L1 of 1, it should give me the 1, and but it is giving me 2. So indexing in Python doesn't start with 1, it starts with 0. Let's see here, if I type 0, it returns me 1. So this is a 0 index, index for 2 is a 1, index for 3 is a 2, and similarly for last digit index is a 5. And let's see if I type 5, it should give me this 6. And if I type 6, the list index is out of range because the numbers are 6, total 6 numbers are there, and indexing is 6, that means it is includes 0 as well. So 0 to 6 is 7. So there are no 7 range numbers, there are only 6 numbers. So you have to careful about indexing. So index. So when you practice, so it you will be uh, familiar to this indexing. And let's say I want to type last number. So how can I do? So this is just minus 1. You type minus 1. So let me type to the next cell. So L1 of minus 1, that is a 6, and I want to type last second digit. So this is the way. So when the list is very large, you can use negative index as well. So this is a positive index. And let's say if I want to get first few numbers, let's say from uh, 0 index to 2 index. So you will be thinking like from 0 to 2, that is a 0, 1, 2. There are 3 numbers. It should return me 3 numbers, but it is returning me the 2 numbers from the list. So in the list, Python doesn't consider last index up to 2. So it will consider 0 and 1. Let me show you here. Let's say if I change 0 to 4, so it will return me numbers with index 0, 1, 2, 3. So fourth index is not considered. So last index will not be considered. And let's say I want to skip 0th index. So from 1 to 4. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I, let's say I want to add addition numbers to the list or some string to the list. Let's say I am creating one variable called x. So here I will copy first it for your reference, and one more here, L1 of let's say 2 to 6. So you it is for your reference. Yeah. So now let's say x is equal to Python. So this is a string. Y is equal to minus 90. So I want to add these x and y elements to the my current list. So lists, let's say L1 dot append. So there is a command or function called append. Let's say I want to append x, and let's see what is the L1 now. So now after last element, that is a 6, the Python is added. And now if I want to append y as well into this list, append y. So now you can see the Python. So it is added 2 times. So how can you avoid that? So L1, just copy L1 here once again and use here. Now it is proper. And if I do this y first and x later, it gives like this. So it follows the sequence. And if I want to get, let's say here y, it does not give me output. So append takes exactly one argument. So and we have given two. So it does not accept second argument. So you have to be careful while appending, right? So this is the append and list. So list will be using extensively. So in it is also known as arrays. So we will be using arrays. Now we have covered string, list, and let's go to the dictionary. This is very basic, so not that much difficult. And cell type I will choose as markdown. Sorry, not a, sorry, what is happening? Markdown. Okay. Let me first check whether I have not missed any point in list. Okay, append I have covered, indexing I have covered, slicing, that is yes. Now dictionary. Okay, we have covered everything. Now dictionary, so simple like D, let's say dictionary. So in dictionary it is a curly bracket. If it is a round bracket, that is a list or tuple. So after that I will cover tuple. Square bracket is a list, curly bracket is a dictionary. Let's say key 1 has this feature, let's say 10. Key 2, let's say Python. And I am executing it. D, and from D I want to say, let's say key 1. So key 1 is not defined, that means you have to use here. Now key 1 is a 10, and let's say key 2 is a Python. So this is a just dictionary. We won't be using this that much in, I don't think so it is required for us, but just for your reference. And last is tuple. Let's say cell type markdown. So let me create one variable called, let's say I will use tup variable, and tuple is in round bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say similarly like a list, you can get the numbers of tup1. So 0th index is 0. So it output is 1. Let's say again tup 0 to 4. So it will return me first 4 numbers, that is index 3 up to 3 indexing. And let's say x is equal to minus 90 and tuple dot append x. So it is showing tuple object has no attribute called append. That means the basic or major difference between list and tuple is you cannot append the tuple. And when you can use tuple, whenever you want to use fixed number of set, let's say I want to use only these six numbers, then you can use tuple, so round brackets, and so that it will not do any addition to the your sets of number, so there won't be any additional number and your output won't be affected. So this is just basic difference in tuple and list. So whenever you want to add something addition to the your original number sets of number, you can use list, and you want to use constant set of numbers, then go for tuple. So this is just wanted to show what is a tuple and list, the basic difference. So this is about for this lecture, and in upcoming lectures we will see other parts as well. Till that, best of luck.